Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thanks for coming to this live. Give me a shout out if you're here, say hello, let me know where you're from. It's early morning here and it's been dumping a bunch of rain all night. For those of you who are new here, my name's Sarah and I'm offering these live streams so that I can take personal healing requests. So what that means is if there's any aspect of your life where you're struggling, whether it's emotional, physical, mental, or spiritual, and you're feeling brave enough and you want to mention it in the chat, we'll have a look at it. We'll put it under the spotlight and I'll give you a read on what comes through as how to assist you. I always say that this is not a replacement for Western medicine. It's meant to be used as an endorsement and a support for whatever your doctor recommends. We also never promise to offer a cure or to heal anybody. And I'm aware that when you speak publicly or chat publicly about your health, that this is a public broadcast. So I always say your participation is your consent. So while we're waiting for people to show, we just start with a little meditation. Oops. Go ahead and you can have eyes open, eyes closed. Take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just start to do a little self-scan. I like to do a little self-scan when I sit to meditate and tune into your body. How's your body feeling? How's your nervous system? How are the thoughts? Are they pinging? Are they running wild? Are they calm? How's the little girl or the little boy in you? Are they feeling met? Are they feeling nurtured? How's your spirit? Are you feeling optimistic and hopeful, or are you down underwater? Just wherever you are, acknowledging wherever you are with no judgment, wherever you're at. And just becoming aware of the breath, infusing your body with the life force. Every inhale, every exhale. Just allowing your nervous system to settle. And whatever stresses you've been holding, whatever information you've been absorbing, just allow it to dissipate and dissolve. All the noise, all the busyness of the day, just to dissipate and dissolve. So let it wash off you, stream out of your nervous system, ground it back into Mother Earth, through the bottom of your feet, out through your fingertips. And just tuning into the little boy, little girl, little person self. Just checking in with what they need in this moment. What does the child in you need to feel nurtured, comforted, loved? Just give yourself that love, give yourself that nurture, give yourself that kindness. Hold that little child self just for this moment. You can tell yourself it's going to be okay. You're safe and you're held, and I've got you. You take another deep breath into that feeling of safety. And as the nervous system starts to relax, you may notice that the mind starts to soften and quieten. And as the mind softens and quietens, that the aperture opens wide for the spirit, for the messages from spirit to come through. So you can place your hand on your heart. And let's just bring our focused awareness into the heart to tune into what is our heart telling us today, in this moment. What is our heart whispering? And if you find yourself at a crossroad and wondering which way to go, which is the path that lights up with a resounding yes? Which is the pathway forward that has YES in giant capital letters with sparkles? And maybe it's not there yet. Maybe neither path has that. And that's okay too. You're not ready to decide. You're not ready to make a decision. You're not ready to move forward in any way. Sometimes sitting in the discomfort of not knowing is where you're at. I wanted to offer a healing for my dear friend Mary, who is in bed with COVID right now. So for anybody who has COVID, this is for you. Take a deep breath in to the lungs. Just focus your energy on the lungs, your attention. Hi, Cecilia. Just bringing the energy into the lungs for anybody who's dealing with COVID right now. If there's any kind of restriction or crusty kind of difficulty, restriction in the breath, just dissipating that crunchiness. If the little alveoli are all crusty and covered in globules of mucus, that's what we're working to clear right now. Take a deep breath. Feeling all this warmth at your back, Mary. Just a big hand from the universe, knowing that the universe has your back. No matter what's going on in your life, no matter the weight of all that you're holding, just that the universe has your back, feeling the support from the universe right here, the warmth and the love, the infusion of support at your back. Across both shoulder blades, all the way to the bottom of each lung at the back of your body. I'm going to ask you to tap right in here. It's right underneath the collarbone where it joins. You'll find a little divot right here. So if you can tap in here too, these are 2 points that want to get activated for you with COVID. Just do some little tapping in here. This is going to stimulate the immune system as well. Also seeing a lot of energy in the head. So we're just going to clear that. It's like a smoky, dark cloud around the head. When I've had COVID myself, I have looked in the mirror and feel the presence of an entity. So that's how I work with it. And it feels science fiction, like a robotic entity. So we're just going to clear that out. And again, when I had COVID, I had to work constantly to clear that energy out. It was quite relentless and persistent. And so that it was a practice for me to meet that energy and constantly dissipate and dissolve it. So that's something that you can do when you're lying in bed feeling like crap, is you at least have your focus and your willpower, and your body might be under siege, but you can focus your will to consciously clear your field from said entity. Very malevolent. So I'm also seeing for you, Mary, to immerse yourself in the violet flame of Saint Germain, which is a protective force and dissipates and dissolves any lower vibrational energies as well. I'm just going to chime a bell to lock that in. And Mary, you can watch that on repeat a few times as needed, just to assist you, support you, bring your immune system up, crank it up a little bit. It's already doing the work of, battling the virus, but there's that energetic imprint as well that you're working with, just to be aware that that's what's potentially going on, if that resonates as true. Cecilia, hi. That one was just for people with COVID, yes. I have a friend who has COVID, and whether she's watching or not, I said I would send her a blast. So welcome you all here if you've just joined. This is your opportunity to make use of this time, and if you would like my assistance with anything that's happening in your life, the channel is open, the focus is clear. If you would like to raise your hand and let me know what you're struggling with, you will receive that focus. You will receive the messages that I receive from my spirit guidance to assist you to clear whatever it is in your life that you're working with. Cecilia, how amazing is that? You have no issue right now. Ta-da! I mean, like, seriously, how many people can say that? So That's a beautiful thing right there. Deepest gratitude for those moments, right? I woke up this morning feeling like this session was very much wanting to be about gratitude, and here you have presented that opportunity, so thank you. When I'm working with people that are going through it, which is most humans at this time, I'm always very aware of, just even if it's a nanosecond of spaciousness, to have a fleeting feeling of gratitude. If that's all you get, then that's amazing. And then, to expand on that. And there's always something you can be grateful for, whether it's just that you're breathing, whether it's that you have water to drink, whether that you have a roof over your head, whether you have a warm bed at night, whether you have dear friends and family, whether you have clothes on your back. There's always something to be grateful for. And sometimes when you're really in the struggle and finding it hard to surface, bringing it back to that simplicity of gratitude for life can be the thread that keeps you going, can be the strength that you look for and that you need. Just gratitude has a beautiful, very high vibration energy, so that it can lift you to surface when you're underwater. So no matter what state you're in, if you're in excruciating pain, or if you're in deep heartache or grief, or if you're dealing with dis-ease or overwhelming sickness, if you can keep bringing your focus back to gratitude, it will lift your spirits. It will literally lift your spirits. Hi, luminous being. Working through a lot of rumination from a past toxic relationship. Okay. Thank you for speaking up. Thank you for being brave. So, luminous being, yeah, I see those. This is going to be multifaceted. So I see, first of all, the thought patterns that are like little squirrely pigtail kind of, those springs that are in a coil, that they're like little, but they have a hook on them. And so they're like ping, 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 ping. They're all pinging around up there. So first of all, we want to clear the thought patterns. But then I also feel that they're being generated from what's being tangled in your heart. So I would suggest to you, luminous being, that you create some rituals of letting go. And I know from experience that letting go is a process, right? It doesn't happen overnight. So first of all, as you allow yourself to let go, recognize that you need time, recognize that you need space, recognize that you need to be very gentle with yourself and take care of yourself. And if in the process of that time, in the time of that process, there's also the recognition of thoughts of where there was toxicity or a dynamic that was detrimental to your well-being, the memories surface, the conversations surface, the fights surface, the discord surfaces in your mind. That's what's bubbling up for you to heal from. So these tangles in your heart where you've been entwined, first of all, you would like to dissipate those threads that are connecting you to the ex-person. And there's a lot of beautiful ways. You can look up cutting cords, you can look up dissolving cords. A wise elder taught me a process of recognizing where the cord is attached in your body. It could be your heart, it could be all through your whole system, because if you've been intimately entwined, generally it is through your whole system. Dissolving that cord, starting inside the body, and then as it travels to the other person, dissipating and dissolving it in your mind's eye, and so that there's no cord left. Just like erasing it, like a pencil, like a line on the page, a pencil line on the page, you're literally erasing it in your mind's eye. And you may have to do it a few times because some of those cords are thick and tangled and gnarly, like an umbilical cord, right? Or a calcified channel of energy, or even an old twisted gnarly tree root or something with bark on it. That's what it feels like in your case, like it's old. Also part of this is recognizing that we are in a time where we are resolving and dissolving and absolving karma. So this person in your life presented in relationship to you so that you could resolve that karma, so that they could present you with the awareness of what doesn't work in your life, what you don't want to have manifest in your life. And in realizing that, you let that go. You let that go. Actually, that taps into my self-worth. That taps into my knowing that I'm worthy of beautiful, heart-centered, kind, gentle, loving attention, right? Or affection. Or so the past relationship represents everything in your life where you didn't feel worthy. The toxicity of that relationship was perhaps feeding how you didn't feel good enough about yourself. And even if there's attachment to the relationship because it fed you on some level, maybe, you never got daddy's love, for example, or it just was nourishing you on some level. There was some kind of dependency there. So it's being aware of that as well. And coming back to yourself, finding that fierce warrior self that is independent in your own right and loves yourself as you are and doesn't need actually validation or acknowledgement or recognition from anybody else, because you've got that in yourself, right? You're aware of yourself as a sovereign, majestic being, and you love yourself. I'm not talking about the ego self. I'm not talking about I'm amazing and everybody's, adoring. I'm not talking about, that kind of love. I'm talking about genuine, heart-centered, authentic love of self. When you recognize that you're doing the best that you can with what you've been given, and regardless of all the mistakes made, or, who you are or what you look like or what you do for a living, or, anything, you love who you are. And so it's coming to that place in yourself. And that's part of the dissolving of those cords. As you're letting them go, as you're dissolving all the cords, you may need to do it 100 times a day, dissolving the cords, letting it go. There will be emotions and memories that surface. Let yourself feel the feels. Let yourself feel deeply, the pain of that separation. Because if you let yourself feel, then you'll get that clarity. You'll actually feel a lot lighter. But if you're hanging on, and if you're still entwined, then it's going to perpetuate and continue that angst. In actual fact, the new you, luminous being 2.0 or 3.0 or 4.0, depending on how many toxic relationships you've manifested, is going to be incredible and wiser and more knowing in terms of what you want to magnetize towards you, what you are attracting in your life. Because when you have that deep centered self-love, you will actually magnetize somebody who matches that and who is able to meet you there, if that's what you want, if you're not wanting to be a monk for the rest of your life. So there's always that option too. Yeah. And I like to create ritual around letting go. I really do, whether that's burning a candle or sitting by the water or grounding into Mother Earth, or, definitely Dr. Nature is a brilliant well, the most powerful healer that I know of. So immerse yourself in the natural world. If you live in a city, if I even think, even a person in prison behind bars can still look at the sky. They have access to that window. So, and even if you were in a cave, you could still, you're in a cave, but even if you were in darkness, you can still go to a sanctuary in your mind. There's just no way you can't access nature, is what I'm saying. If you can't actually get out into the forest or by a body of water. The other thing, the last piece of that is Epsom salts. If you're taking any kind of baths, to put Epsom salts in the water, because that helps draw out any of that toxicity. And just being really aware that, depending on how long the relationship was, that toxicity does kind of infuse into your cells. So that's what you're purifying. You're purifying yourself so that you come back to your original state, which is obvious, luminous, right? And you'll know when you're back in your center. You'll know when you're back in yourself. You'll know when you've done the healing and when you're complete. When you can think about that person and there's not that pull, there's not that charge, there's not that dysregulation of the emotional self, and that takes time. That absolutely takes time, and it's not easy. So allow yourself that time. Yeah, so there is that. And if anyone else would like to ask for some healing, now is your chance. Now is your chance. Yeah, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Nourishing foods too. Nourishing foods. Just give yourself as much self-care and love as you can. If you need to rest, you need to rest. If you need to walk on the beach, you need to walk on the beach. If you live near the beach, self-care is priority one. And knowing that you are resolving this karma is also very helpful. Because if you think about people that you've brought into your life that you've been in relationship with, and there has been a dynamic of discord, when you think of it as karmic resolution, like, they stabbed you in the heart, you stabbed them in the heart, they cursed you, you cursed them, you killed them, they killed you, you slaughtered their family, they slaughtered your family, whatever, times a million in however many lifetimes, that's what's being unpacked, right? That's what's being resolved. There's actually people who specialize in helping with that karmic resolve as well. And that's what's up right now for all of us. I truly believe. Ta-da. Let me just do a drink of water. Speaking of karma, I truly believe that we are here at this juncture on planet Earth to resolve our karma, and that the intensity and the density and the heaviness of our experience as humans on planet Earth right now, the energy is so heavy and dense that it is exponentially speeding up, accelerating that resolution of karma. So it makes sense to me that the squeeze that we're all feeling is compressing and compacting and bringing into our awareness the lifetimes that we've been journeying on the merry-go-round of life, accruing and hurting and damaging and learning and trying to figure out the way through. And now we're at this beautiful juncture where we have access to all these space-time dimensions and that awareness and the expansion of consciousness. brings forth the ability to heal those lifetimes and the ability to transcend, to ascend. Yeah. So that's where we're at. That's what we're up to. That's what we're doing. And sometimes it's really heavy lifting, especially when it comes to relationships that we've been very attached to. Yeah. And things don't always work out the way we want them to. Yeah. Or the way that we think they're going to work out. And if you can come to a place of peace and blessing your ex, blessing, forgiving, blessing them on their way, wishing them wellness, wishing them happiness, wishing them good fortune, then you've come a long way. But that takes time. Whew. Plenty out there with a matching picture around that one. I know it well. So, anyone else? Any other brave souls? Feeling inspired to drum. So this is meditation for anyone who wants to call back the pieces of themselves that have split, fragmented, lost, dissipated, fractured, checked out, spaced out, left the building. If you've experienced any kind of trauma or violation, this is for you. You can close your eyes or open your eyes, it doesn't matter. Just take a deep breath in and affirm to yourself, I call myself home. Here we go. I call myself home. All right. We're calling back the pieces of ourselves, calling ourselves home to ourselves. We're all just walking each other home. Antigua, hi, welcome. Feeling tired and fatigued. Feel a lot of negative energy around and on me. Any suggestions? Yeah. There is a soundtrack that came through me called Psychic Protection. It's on Spotify. You can look it up. I'll put the link in the chat at the end of the live. You can listen to that. I always say to people, listen to that ×3 before you walk into an environment where you know there's people that are toxic, or if you feel work, for example, if you or if you're going to meet your mother, for example, or somebody who has your guard up. Always work with that. Immerse yourself in the violet flame of Saint Germain. Let's just do that right now, shall we? All right, so calling on the presence of Saint Germain, the Archangel. Saint Germain, if you can imagine yourself in violet, which is the highest vibration, the highest color perceptible to human vision. If you can take a deep breath for me, Antigua, you can have eyes open, eyes closed, it doesn't matter. Just breathe in. Just imagine that you are immersed in this energy of the violet flame, which is coming up from the feet all the way through to the crown and above, about 2-3 feet above your head and surrounding the body. These flames are burning up any negative, lower vibrational energy. Keep breathing. Gives you a good general clearing for anybody as well. Front and back, top and bottom, all around, every which way, inside, outside, upside down, back to front. Antigua, just allow yourself to become a hot, discombobulated mess for a moment, would you? This feels like you want to fall apart for just a second. Just you've been holding it all together, right? You've been holding it all together. Just allow yourself to fall apart right now, right here. Just totally discombobulate, okay? As if all your cells and tissues have just been, okay? It's okay. I got you. I got you. Just for this moment. Hang in there with me. You're still in the cosmic soup here. Still a hot, discombobulated mess. Just directing this energy straight to your heart, okay? Yeah, there's a lot of energy available to you now, Antigua. I don't know if you can feel that, but it is coursing through your veins right now. There was just be aware that whatever was blocking, that you may, as you're coming back into the body, as you're coming back into your center of self, there's a sense of fragility there. Something was anchoring that was holding you in place or feeling stuck, and with that being dissipated and dissolved, just be aware that you may feel a little fragile, and it's okay. So be mindful to stay away from people that are fractious or draining or kind of attack you in any way, even if it's energetically. Just negative people. Just stay away from negative people if at all possible. Sometimes that's not always possible inside the family. Just give yourself some space. Because this expansiveness, this spaciousness in your field that you're feeling right now, that's your natural state, right? It's your natural state. You can just take another deep breath into that. Just going to anchor that in with a gong. I've got a lot of energy coming through me right now for this. So, I want to say that healing is good for anyone who is feeling like they have been targeted by any kind of negative energy. So whether that's true for you or not, definitely a generic, even though you pulled that focus, thank you very much. It is also to be of assistance for others too who are feeling targeted, negative, targeted. Evil is a strong word, but like, yeah, that there's, dark force that's been directed at you. So, and the psychic protection, listen to that every day. Do I do private sessions? So right on the cusp of saying no to that. But yes, you can find me, Antigua. If you'd like to find me, I would do that. I have done private sessions for about 20 years, and I'm right on the cusp of saying no more. However, you can reach out to me. You're welcome to reach out to me. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, my loves. Yeah, thank you for being here. Anyone else want to pipe in before I close the channel? And if not, oh, I do see another person. Rita, hi. Nearly missed you. Some flexibility for shoulders to limit some arm movements. Okay, yeah, sweet. Rita, can you go ahead and take a deep breath for me? Okay, first of all, it feels like your energy is going ping, 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 ping. So this is going to bring you into center. So, Rita, the flexibility in the shoulders, I feel like this extends down the back as well, like your shoulder blades. There's a huge number of muscles that hold this joint in place, and it starts from the pecs, and you've got your clavicle coming in, and then you've got the shoulder blades, and you've got all of these muscles under the arm. There's a whole system of muscles at play that hold the shoulder joint. So even though you're feeling it in the shoulders, you're actually looking at the wider spectrum here of musculature and anatomy that is holding things in place. And when I say holding things, I would ask you to examine on both a literal and metaphysical level what you're holding in your life. So as I say those words, I'm imagining that things are starting to bubble up in your consciousness about, well, I'm holding it together for this, I'm holding it together for that. So all of the people that you're holding, for example, start right there. The people that you're holding trying to steer the ship, whether it's emotional support, financial support, physical support, everybody that you're holding. I also want to say I feel like you've got the world on your shoulders. Actually, it feels like you're feels like you've got the collective on your shoulders as well. So whatever's happening in your personal life, it feels like there's the weight of the world on your shoulders. So a wise man once said to me, you can be at the mercy of everything that's happening in the world. You know, you can take that on, you can embody it, or you can be a witness consciousness, which is one step removed, step back to witness everything that's happening in the world. And that one step back allows you to observe and to witness and to experience without being at the mercy of it, without embodying the pain and the suffering and the torture and the hellacious experiences that so many people are having on planet Earth right now. Allows you to not embody that in your tissues and cells, right? So take a deep breath for me. We're just going to take that step back. Doesn't mean you're stepping back from reality. It's just meaning you're stepping back from embodying all the pain and suffering of the collective, right? You don't have to hold that. It's not your job. It's not your job to fix it. And that's true of everybody in your life too. Like if you like to fix things, if you like to help, if you're a healer, if you like to mend things, you know, this is something that I've had to learn as well. It's like you can't fix everybody. You can't heal everybody. Not everybody wants it, for one thing. And it's not your job. Everybody's on their own path. Everybody's on their own soul mission. Yeah. So recognizing that, you know, take care of this person right here, the person in this human suit, right? When you take care of that person, then you actually affect and assist everybody else in your field of influence. You assist a whole planetary collective, because you're nurturing and nourishing and taking care of this vehicle, this vessel. So I literally feel like just even talking about this is lifting that weight off your shoulders. Okay. Not your job to fix everything. Feels like you've been hanging onto the reins really tight. Like if you're on a horse that's bolting and you're like trying to hang on for dear life, like horses resisting and not, you know, turning left or right to avoid that low branch or that cliff face or whatever, you're like, oh, am I gonna just want to hang on to this horse? So that is the locked in the shoulders. So just for a moment, just visualization. This is symbolic, metaphorical, letting go. Just take a deep breath, letting go of the reins. Just take the bridle off, because this horse is your spirit, right? This horse is your spirit. Horses are always the symbol of the spirit, like this wild, free, creative spirit that wants to run and go wherever it wants to go and jump and, do its own thing, right? So you've been trying to control and steer that. And a lot of the shoulders, the healing is about control, trying to control. So let go, let God, right? Even though that's scary, just take a deep breath into the letting go. Trust is the word that comes through. Trust the universe has your back. Feels like the mind has been trying to figure it all out. So Rita, the mind is like, I've got to do X, Y, Z. You know, you wake up with a to-do list every day. Just, if you can give yourself a nothing day, absolutely nothing, it'll be the most productive day you have, because it creates spaciousness in your being. Yes, I know I've gone all over the place and we haven't even really addressed the shoulders. So let's get into the shoulders now. There are two. Again, take what resonates. If this doesn't resonate as true, don't don't take it on. But what I see is two metal spikes on this angle, okay? Just going to pull those out like something's got you on the hook. Something's got you on the hook. Something in your life has kind of pinned you down. Take a deep breath into the shoulder joints themselves. Yeah, okay. And then a little shake in the shoulders. Can you get a little shake? I'm not sure if you're doing any physio kind of arm stretches or shaking, or the thing that would be very beneficial to you, I believe, would be to roll on a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball or a physio ball, to lay on the ground and really get it in at the back here, all around the armpit and at the back. That will release a lot. And then on the front, you can release in the pecs, because it feels like those muscles are all contracted. That's the control, that's the being pinned down, that's the weight of the world. Those are all those things that are being held in those muscles. And as you roll on a ball, breathe, because it'll be painful. Breathe into that discomfort. Don't do it. I mean, obviously, if it's too acute, don't linger, but just take it to the threshold where you can manage. Take it to the threshold of pain that you can manage. You breathe into that. Because the very act of rolling on a ball, or somebody acupressure, or having a massage, or somebody pressing on those tight knotted muscles, is infusing that area with oxygen, right? That's the nature of massage. It infuses what's being contracted and held with oxygen, because it's softening the tissue. So you're wanting to follow this energy healing with physical, with the rolling on the balls, front and back as well. Yeah. I feel with all of that just came through for you, Rita, that under that is a sense of hopelessness, like just, been holding it all together. So just allow yourself to collapse into that hopelessness for a time. You don't need to linger there or dwell there, but just receiving this energy, just allow yourself to feel that. It's very uncomfortable, that feeling of helplessness, but it will pass. It will pass if you just allow yourself to feel that, because I feel like that's underneath the having to hold it all up is the deep sense of hopelessness and despair that comes with that hopelessness, right? So just allow yourself to feel that grief and that despair and that hopelessness for a time. Let it go in the water, let it go give it to a tree, allow Mother Earth to receive that and recycle it, because that's what you've been holding in your body. That will help you release it. That will help you step back and be a witness consciousness. So it's not in your tissues and cells. I hope that helps. So, my loves, I'm just going to do one more tone to anchor in all of those healings. And please feel free to make a donation if you feel like you receive some benefit. That's always helpful to me. Puts food on the table. I also would like to just take this opportunity to mention that very soon I'm going to create a membership channel, and In that membership channel will be certain access and perks and behind the scenes. I'm going to actually share my creative works because in my heart of hearts, I'm an artist and I love to create every day. I need to create to keep the energy flowing through me. I work through multiple mediums and I'll be sharing my creative works and the behind the scenes of those creative works. And there'll be opportunities to connect in a more intimate way, like through Zoom calls and webinars and lots of things cooking for that membership channel. Just wanting to create a way to have sacred reciprocity and more connection, and you'll get to see the real me. You'll get to see the raw, unfiltered, real me. And yeah, I welcome you to join that. And that's coming soon. I think I need another 350 watch hours to get that going, but it's not far off. So with that, my loves, thank you for being here. Thank you for the courageous, brave souls who showed up today and asked for help. I think for a lot of people, even asking for help is a big deal, myself included. So thanks for being here. So much love. Namaste and bless.